Dwane, and when you look at this last game of the preseason, as a team, as a coaching staff, what are some of the things that you're trying to focus on? I mean, you don't want to put the whole playbook out, but you want to accomplish some goals.
Well, just again, continue the rhythm, continue the pace, continue the defensive focus as much as anything. We're not putting in a lot, not running a lot of our side out of bounds unders or regular sets just because we don't want to expose. I've always said the league is so advanced now that scouting is so sophisticated that, as soon as you put something out there or you run something, the whole world is going to know. But not only the league, the world. You can look on the internet and find anybody's playbook on there. So that's one thing we haven't shown yet. It was all of our set plays out of timeouts and special situations.
Has a shortened amount of preseason games been a benefit to you, or would you have rather had a couple more?
As a coach, you'd rather have a longer period of time, just because we have such a young group, and adding some new guys into the mix. You'd like to have last year you could have said, okay, yeah, we got the same group coming back, let's go to work. But with the new group in, the young second unit, you don't feel like you have enough time. But again, they're not going to wait for me, Sherm. It is what it is, and we're ready for the challenge.
Dwane, at the end of the roster, you've got a couple spots that you're still yet to be determined, but a game like tonight, you're trying to craft it towards your first group, your second group. What happens to those guys at the end of the roster on a game like tonight, in terms of the decision making?
We'll get some minutes for those guys also. We'll look at what we need to look at with our regular groups or regular guys, and then we'll see what those guys can bring with the minutes they have. It may be in the second quarter, or maybe in the second half, but we have a pretty good feel about who these guys are, and another look in the second half tonight will be good. But all the guys who worked for us this year came in, even the first cut. They did a good job. KJ and Alfonso has done an excellent job of fitting in and doing what we asked them to do, and our players have embraced them. So it's always difficult to come in. I understand that, and I respect that, and I'm always respectful for the underdog, the guys that are coming in trying to get it done and claw their way to the top and have a dream come true, and I don't take that lightly at all.
We were talking to Fred about the fact that, usually on teams you got your starting point guard, your backup, and your third string point guard. But in this situation, him and Dwane fighting for those minutes, and he made it interesting that it's unique that these guys could play together. So it's not necessarily I'm trying to get him, but they could be on the floor together.
No question. They complement each other. One guy's strength is the other guy's maybe weakness, perceived weakness, and but they really cover for each other. Fred is an excellent three-point shooter once he gets his feet set, and Dwane brings his length to the equation. So they're an excellent complement. They have an excellent feel for each other. Played a lot of basketball this summer together in workouts and everything. So they have a little rhythm, a little thing going, that whole second unit. So we'll see how that goes, and there's going to be situations where Dwane's on the floor with Kyle and DeMar, and then Fred and Dwane. So there's a lot of combinations we can look at depending on the personnel we're going against in those situations.